The ACC is a dying conference. With the lackluster performance in the NCAA tournament, with 3 teams losing in the opening round and only 4 teams making it, the lowest since 2013, as an FSU fan and ACC watcher, this conference has been on the decline. And in this video, I will discuss why this conference will be different in the foreseeable future. Let's go.
I'm terrific, I'm finessing in that kitchen, dead Fisher. Dope yellow color, something like or Indiana Pacers or Reggie Miller. I'm in that bit like a mammoth.
Recent settlement with Clemson and Florida State. We know now that the lawsuits has been taken care of and the conference will be intact for the foreseeable future. But I don't like the way this conference is headed, man. Because on the court and on the football field, let's be honest, the 2 sports that pay the most money, the Atlantic Coast Conference has been the redhead stepchild of the NCAA for the last 10 years. And this conference has been a step behind the SEC and the Big Ten. And it looks like the ACC is going to be just like another Pac-12 or hell like another Big 12 in the near future. Because in the 90s, man, and I think a lot of people forget, in the 1990s, the ACC was the conference of the way forward, man. I mean, it was the up-and-coming conference. You had a lot of good teams and everything that was in this conference. And it was a great basketball conference for years, for so many years. But then, once Miami joined and Virginia Tech joined in 2004, it looked like, hey, this conference was going to be what we thought the SEC and the Big Ten is now. And then when you look in 2014, when Maryland said, you know what, bro, we finna dip. It was like, it was something in that right there. Because a founding member of the ACC just left. I mean, they left the conference and it was like no one knew, it was just a shock. And they left for the Big Ten. And then when I start doing my further research doing upon this video, man, the ACC greedy as fuck, man. They just greedy as hell, man. They didn't want to split the pot, man. And when I did this, Maryland was like, hey, the Big Ten, they're going to give us a bigger share of the revenue of the bread, man. So we going to go where we can make more money. And they've had very little success in the Big Ten, at least on the football side. Now, basketball is a different story because Maryland has always been good in basketball, but they've had very little success overall in that conference. And they was willing to take that just to go to get a bigger piece of the pot because the ACC, again, they greedy as fuck. They just greedy. And then after that, the ACC said, you know what, man, we going to go change the rules. We're going to change the rules now. So if you leave the conference, we're going to make the payout so much harder for you to leave the conference. That's hence why FSU and Clemson is kind of suing them now because of Maryland. And then it just seems like ever since this thing, man, this conference has been a step behind for the last 10 years. And I mean, just from a marketing aspect of it, bruh, it's like the conference as far as the networks. Like when you look at like ACC network, Pac-12 network, Big 12, the Big 10 network, all these networks that they've had, the ACC was the last one to create it. Now, I've been watching football and stuff like that for a long time. And I think I remember back early, like in like 2004, 2005, Texas Longhorn had their own network. And they was like kind of like one of the big reasons why a lot of these conferences started because they was the first to do it. And I mean, just the ACC has just always been a constant step behind in things like that. And then also, when you look at just the way on the decline, I just look at the payouts, man. Look at like the coaches, what they're making, man. I went and took a look at some of the college basketball coaches, and when you look at just the pay and what they're paying, man, the ACC, man, have the 28th highest paid coach, and that's just the start. And that's Huber out of North Carolina. But I mean, that's to say that. But when you just look at all the other teams in this conference, man, you would think there would be a lot more teams that are making a lot more money as far as coach salaries and things like that. But then that brings me to my next point about this conference, man. This conference is lacking a lot of star power when it comes to the basketball side of things, man. Now, the ACC, like I said in the beginning of this video, was like the premier basketball conference now, man. And when you just look at some of the coaches now in this, a lot of them are gone. Rick Pitino, who was in the ACC, gone. I mean, just a lot of great coaches that was in this conference are now have parted for greener pastures, man. When you just look on this list, only 2 coaches has been in this conference to stay whole, and that's Leonard Hamilton and Clemson's coach. Everybody else is kind of fairly new in this conference, man. I think it has a lot to do with the play on the court. Hence, why you seeing a lot of these the lack of success in the ACC as far as from the basketball play, man. And then just to finish off, man, you just look at football, man. Just look at the last 2 years in the conference. Florida State got screwed. We got 2 teams in the playoff that I think we knew shouldn't have been in the playoffs, but they let them in there and let us embarrass themselves. And the conference just took another hit from a public standpoint of play because they just think it's a weak conference. But when you look at it, man, this conference is a weak conference, man. And I just think that now, man, when you just look at the success of the Big Ten and SEC, what they're doing on the football field, what they're doing on the basketball court, man, they killing on the NCAA this year, man. It just shows you, man, that the ACC, man, is not what it is. And I think now that you got to look at teams like Florida State, Clemson, they got to be starting to look for a new home, man, because, man, this ain't where it's at, man. I just hate to say it. But, man, I'm tripping, man. You guys get in the comment section. Let me know your thoughts, man. Is the ACC going to be around for, say, 2030? Because I think that might be the only, I think that's like the earliest that Florida State Clips can buy out. Let's see how long this thing lasts, man. Do they do a reshuffle, new teams, or do they dismantle like the Pac-12, man? Y'all get in the comment section. Let me know your thoughts. It's your boy Joe, one half of the Co-Pilots Podcast, man. Love you guys. Peace.